How is it that people nowadays no longer look up to these special days, quote unquote? For example, the date of birth when they were born. Some even do not celebrate their own birthdays. Some even do not celebrate the Valentines. Some do not even celebrate the public holidays given by the government. Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Happy Women's Day, Happy Women's International Day. All these holidays. Is it because you've enjoyed them too much? Is it because you never enjoyed them when you're still young? Is it because you don't have the finances to manage them? Or is it because it's not in your culture? So recently, I was in a communication with another friend of mine and saying, them it's a culture to celebrate all these holidays, the Valentine's Day, the Happy Birthday, the Remembrance Day, any single day, Women's International Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. To them, it's a must. You must celebrate them. And I was like, quite a nice one, because some of us, I'm not saying I did, but some of us, we were born, birthdays were not being looked upon. No one needs to pay attention too much, and I'm sure most of you can resonate with me in such like occasions. So without taking much of your time, let's dive into it so that we check upon these 2 or 3 statements of people who no longer observe birthdays as an issue to them. Is it a psychological issue? Let's think about it. Join me. My name is Kunguru87. So point number 1. There's what you call the introversion and the big 5 sayers. This type of people, they call them either introversion or extroversion. The introverts and the extroverts. They're people who like doing their own things their own way. So whenever you guys are looking upon this, saying it's my birthday month, it's my birthday week, it's Valentine's is coming, to them, they are so composed in doing their own things. So to an extent, they don't find these days be like amusing to them. It's not like a big day to them. They are like, okay, it's just a birthday. It's just a Valentine's Day. It's just a Father's Day. It's just a Dad's Day. It's just a Women's International Day, etc. To them, they are so much composed into doing their own things. To an extent, they even is it that they forget about it, or to some extent, it slides away without them noticing such events are usually happening. Another point is that there are people who avoid these particular dates or events because of disappointments and learned helplessness. You know, as I was saying earlier on, some people never used to be celebrating these kind of events. They never used to be like going to this kind of event. Maybe they were brought up into a family that do not recognize this. Not that because they were in the rural or they were in the urban, but to some extent they don't recognize these events. They don't like they don't want to associate too much with them because of maybe they've been disappointed maybe when they were young. Maybe this individual, the only time they celebrate their first birthday and their birthdays, for lack of a better word, was their first one or the second one. There's some individuals, they cannot even recall the last time they celebrated even their own spouses' birthdays, or even their anniversary if they did a wedding, or even their own kids' birthdays, or any kind of graduation, or maybe they attend a certain event. So this kind of people, it's being said, it's like a psychological thing. It's already in their system. It's inbuilt. There's nothing more. They don't need to post. They don't need to tell everyone it's my birthday week or my birthday month. Number 3 is that we have those attachment styles and a fear of being abandoned. Now, this is your spouse, and to some extent you feel like, you know what, it's a birthday that is coming. Oh, I don't want to do it to them because they'll also be required to do it to me. Like, you feel like it's a burden. You're abandoning these people. You know, those people who, like, you wake up one morning and you find like 100 or 200 messages, oh, happy birthday, and you're like, oh my god, I have to again to respond to all these 100 people. For example, for those who are in social media, the Facebooks and the X and the IG, mostly Facebook, you'll find happy birthday, you find like 300 messages. You're like, oh my god, that's a burden. You're burdening these people. So many times people keep on altering those days because you don't want to become a burden. Like, you don't want, like, oh my god, these people must do a birthday for me. They must throw a surprise birthday for me because I also did it for them. No. People have got that mentality, like they have to. You don't have to respond. They have to be obligated. Like, it's a birthday. They have to. They tend to avoid burdens or even like tampering with the normal nature course of our day-to-day events because there's that fear that either in future you will disappoint them or they disappoint you because you had expected it and maybe it never came the way you did because you're used to be doing it. You know, human beings, you're like this. You scratch my back, I scratch you. So at some extent, because I did it to you out of pleasure, or maybe it's something that you just, or you reminded me, or someone reminded me that by the way, it's someone else's birthday. You're like, oh, by the way, I can buy them a car, I can buy them a football, I can buy them a bicycle, I can buy them a motorcycle, etc., etc. Another point is that minimalist and modern life overload. Now, there are those people where you'll find most of the times they're so minimal, like, for them it's like an everyday thing to them. There are people who, like, they don't need to go and blow out their bank accounts because of such events. They don't need to go, and they're so minimal in their ways. The way that if it's their happy birthday, they just go to the corner, have a dinner with their spouses, have a dinner with themselves if they do not have spouses, if maybe they're still in college, and before you notice it, everything is done. They are not like the extravagant, for lack of a better word. They are so composed. You'll find yourself that in most of the occasions, even if people do not remember it, you already remembered it, or you already knew your birthday is tomorrow. So what you did, you just planned a vacation for yourself. I've had people who say that I'm going for a girls' outing. Maybe with those girls you're going with, they even don't know it's your birthday. But to some extent, even treating yourself, you already decide to buy yourself some very nice steak. You're going to actually grill it in your house just to treat yourself. Or maybe you buy yourself a small gift. They're so minimal. They don't like blowing up the candles, blowing up the bank account, blowing up the house. Unlike some people, when it's their birthday, the neighborhood will know, the social, they even invite people for big events. You'll think it's a wedding. I recently went to some place and was like, oh my god, is this a birthday or someone is graduating? And also, it's a birthday, and you're like, wow. Vis-a-vis, you've seen people throw birthdays even for their own kids. The birthday is for a small kid, but 90% of the individuals who are there are elderly people, or are grown-up people, millennials, etc. People who are 20 and above. But the kid is like 5 years. The kid, they were just did a birthday, they cut a cake, a few bitings here and there. Before you notice it, they were gone. Now the grown-ups are left drinking, dining, and everything. So the people like it to be very simple and very nice. Last but not least, the secret of superpower. Most people usually enjoy these events, like they've done it so frequently in any achievement they've made, such that even a birthday to them will seem like any other normal day. You find yourself like, maybe you finish the month maybe with the first. There's a friend of mine, immediately their first daughter graduated from 1 month to every month she was celebrating. She used to buy a cake, and I used to ask her, okay, I'm a bit confused. Do you celebrate the birthdays or the happy moments of your other sister's kids or brother's kids? And she was telling me, you know what? I really wanted a baby, and finally, after a long hustle and bustle and trying with my husband, we managed to get one. So she was like, every single month that. There's a time I ask her, okay, no, tell me the real birthday date so that I don't miss it, because I've seen to date she's still doing it, as much as the kid now turned 13 months. You've heard of those people, the kid has turned 13 months, but they're still celebrating. Every month she was celebrating. The individuals, every month when they finish a month, maybe as a family, they go out and celebrate. We thank God for 1 month we finished. The people celebrate maybe they were elevated a job position, maybe they bought a car, they do celebrate that. Maybe a small win at the job, they won a client, or another business that you're trying to chase, they have to go and win it. Someone graduated in school, someone went from grade 1 to grade 2, they moved into a new house, they closed a new deal with a new individual, or maybe this individual, even it's their birthday, in a year. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, I can tell you there are more than like 10 events monthly. These individuals celebrate double that number. So to them, you'll find that most of this part is not like a wow thing, like, oh my god, no. It's like, so what do we do? Because last time we went to this place, they've done it quite some frequent times, that even when they want to tell the kid, it's like a normal thing. Even if you are their neighbor, you come and like, okay, these people, if you're a new neighbor, you'll be like, oh, what are they celebrating? But they've celebrated a lot of things that even lose count, like what is happening. They tell it about it like it's normal. They'll buy a cake, cut a cake, celebrate a few wines here and there, a few steak, they throw a small party, and before you notice it, the life is going on. So ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, psychology has studied that those people who usually do not like celebrating other people's birthday or even their own birthday is not because of their own doing. Either how they were brought up, either they tend to feel bored or not they don't want to be obligated by responding to a million people's messages, or because they did it to someone else they also want the same to be done to them, so they tend to avoid, so that it's not like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Another last but not least is they don't want those kind of attachment to an extent that they feel disappointed. They are so attached, like, it's my birthday, so they are very expectant, highly expectant of gifts will be brought to them, some certain things will be brought to them. So if they tend to try and deviate when it comes to such conversation, because expectations can lead to what we call disappointment. Last but not least, this kind of people, they've been celebrating all this kind of birthday. Each and every time they've celebrated very many events, that even when it's a birthday of one of their spouses or their kids, it's just like a normal day. It's like the other day I was telling some of our kids that we've gone to all these national park places, we've gone to all those places. To some extent, when the school is planning to go to a trip, when they just listen, it is part of the list of what they're going to do. They just tell you, Daddy, you know what? No need to pay. I've already gone where these people want to go. It's like they are touring a place that they've toured not once, not twice, but more than 3 times. So, ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, check you out in the next one. Do not forget to watch this other video that is coming up. Remember, spread the word. If it's your first time here, subscribe, like, and comment in the comment section if any of these 5 psychological scenarios lie with you. Peace.